What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So, WrestleMania Night 1 is in the books, aka Commercial Mania. And I wanted to ask you guys on X, y'all immediate opinions on the show, rating the show on a scale of 1 to 10, and how y'all felt about the show. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What was your reasonings behind liking the show or giving that specific rating? And I've seen some of them. And honestly, I can understand why some people truly did not like this show. And we're going to go through and check out some of y'all comments. A lot of y'all had a lot to say. That's how I know a lot of y'all were pretty passionate about how y'all felt WrestleMania Night 1 played out. So we're going to pull this up, and I appreciate everyone that took time out of their night last night to actually respond to this. So we're gonna go through this 652 responses. I probably won't be able to get to all of them, but nevertheless, I'm gonna try to get through as some of them as most as I can. Shout out to the homie Kicking It with Leo. He said, oh, well, here's the question. What y'all rating WrestleMania Night 1 on a scale of 1 to 10? Simple. Kicking It with Leo said, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't the worst I've seen, but it wasn't the best. I think the decisions that were made, in my opinion, were the right decisions, but I feel a lot of matches didn't deliver to the extent I thought and didn't hit that next gear. And a lot of the matches got rushed too. I am in agreement there. I think the decisions were right. I just think they didn't give them enough time to really cook or really go out there and give us a WrestleMania worthy match. If anything, all we found out last night is commercials are, way more important to ESPN, WWE, and TKO at this point, and the Hulk Hogan documentary. If you watched it on Netflix, you pretty much got to watch majority of the Hulk Hogan documentary. So, fuck the matches, right? Muhammad said a 4. Honestly, this person said a -10. Heels Keaton said could have been worse. Not gonna lie, pop for the Pat McAfee thumbs up on the stretcher. That was silly, bro. That was silly. I don't personally hate Pat. I don't want people to think I do. I just hate his involvement in the story. But I will say this. They made you despise him so much that anytime he got packed up, it was entertaining. So they did succeed on that front. I just don't think his inclusion was absolutely needed. Kenshi said 5 was a 3, but with the unexpected surprise and a little to no Pat, it bumped it up till 5. Okay. Key, I guess it could be key. 59 minutes of ads. That's 59 minutes that could have been used in matches. Paige coming back was ruined. Title change was redundant. Liv and Steph beat the shit out of each other for over a month and got 6 minutes. We don't need Constellation Saturday WrestleMania. Now, here's the thing. I understand that they're going to put ads on there, especially since it's on ESPN. I completely understand that. But I also understand this is WrestleMania. This is your biggest show of the year. I think you cut back on the ads to give the fans a better wrestling product. But once they gave the rights to their PLEs to ESPN, and I think ESPN paid a crazy amount of money, we were cooked. It's the same thing when Vince sold the company to TKO. We were cooked. Now we're really cooked with ESPN because this is what's going to be. This is just what it's going to be. This is literally what it's going to be. That's why we can't get more matches on the regular PLEs, because they're only going to be like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe, because they have to now slot things for ads. They have no other choice because ESPN trying to get their money back, essentially. They're trying to get an investment off that. So, it's GG's, bro. This person said Jordan from 15 feet. I don't even know what that means. Okay. Smooth said 5 is mid, Liv winning, Paige winning, Braun Breaker returning. That's probably the highlights for him. Shogun said, I give it a 6. Wasn't as bad as last year's Night 1, but still kind of boring. Gunther versus Seth was easily match of the night. The main event was fucking confusing because I didn't know who to root for. Cody's working like a heel, meanwhile Randy is the heel. Not a bad show, but not great either. I can understand that criticism there. Link Park says 6 out of 10. It did its part. Okay. LM said 4, solid 4. 1 for Cody, 2 for Seth and Gunther, Braun and Heyman, and 1 for Paige. I think a lot of people are gonna only remember WrestleMania for these things. At least this WrestleMania. Charlie, 7, only because they made all the matches short for WrestleMania. Understandable. Inspiration with Lucas, 5 out of 10. Felt like watching Fastlane. D. Petrie, 7. Some of the matches were way too short. The infamous D. Rice, 5. And that's being generous. Will Satchwell says 82 minutes of matches in 4 hours. That's atrocious. The highlight of that Mania was when the credits rolled. Damn. King Eddie said 4 out of 10, and the 4 is for Seth versus Gunther before Braun interfered. Current events, sports and Christian. I don't know the rest of it. It's hard to rate a 1 hour and 20 minutes of ring time, but I give it a 4. Too many matches were predictable. 3 matches should have not been on the card. Main event was solid. This person says a 3. Behold D King, I guess. DKNG. Samurai said people saying 6 or 7. I'm like at a 4 or 5. All the matches were short. Only match I considered good was Seth versus Gunther and maybe Jacob versus Drew. But besides that, they rushed everything. Wasn't a big fan of it. This person, Switchblade Ray, says 2. And that's being generous. 1 hour and 25 minutes of wrestling on a 4-hour broadcast. I was all for a 2-day Mania format when they started it because I thought they'd be utilizing more talent. But this is just shit. They can't keep relying on the second day to salvage the event. And here's the thing. We got to look at things in hindsight. The 2-day event was before TKO and before ESPN. So the 2-day event was to compensate for all the people that they were going to put on the card. Instead of having it on one entire card, they had it on multiple cards, multiple days, so that way each match had time to somewhat breathe. And even then, sometimes you were running into timing issues. But I will say this: if there's no ESPN involved and if it's still on Peacock, I think we're in a better spot. I think we get what we normally get. But since they sold the rights to ESPN exclusively hosting these PLEs, once again, we're cooked. We are super cooked when it comes to that shit. This person said between the constant commercials and matches that barely reach 10 minutes, the show was hard to enjoy for me. It's a 4 out of 10. Worse than last year so far. Okay. CJ says 6 out of 10. This person right here, 7 out of 10. Solid but uneven. 3 good matches and the rest were too short. Too many ads and breaks for a 4-hour show. Best Gunther, Rollins, Fatu, McIntyre, Cody, Orton with interference. Others didn't get time. Paige returning Bianca announcements were highlights. Yep. It's DJ, 4.75. The Beast, 3 out of 10. Too many commercials. Matches too short. Only match with hype package was Cody and Orton. Matches felt like they never got out of the first gear. Did not feel like WrestleMania was barely sports entertained. Fair point. George Hopkins, solid 5 out of 10 for me. There were far too many commercials. The women matches were too short. And some moments that legitimately made me yawn. Not awful, but could have been way better. Dwayne Robinson, it was an above average Raw show. I give it a 5 at best. The best match was Gunther and Seth. Although I liked how the Cody and Orton match played out because I liked seeing Cody basically turn into Randy during this match. Paige and Bianca had the best moments. Dear Cleaner, genuinely like a 3 out of 10. There's no match other than Gunther versus Rollins I'll probably ever watch again. Paige returning was alright, I guess. Bianca's announcement was cool, but nothing match-wise stood out for me. Just bad. This person said 6.1 or 7 out of 10. It was a bit lackluster. And don't get me wrong, there were many highlights such as Paige coming back, Braun Breaker coming back, and that's it. I mean, Cody and Randy showed out, but in the end, it felt like I was watching Friday Night SmackDown. It's never a good thing. Storyteller said it's 7 out of 10. Matches should have been longer. While I thought the main event and the rest of the show was really fun, but there was just way too many commercials. I don't care if it was because they were supposed to have that much, have more, but it felt very corporate. Also, no EO. That is very disappointing. Solomon said 7, too many ads. Some of the matches like Drew, Jacob, Steph, Liv were anticlimactic. Cody beating Randy was unexpected but fun match. And I'm glad Pat is gone. Cody and Randy feud will continue as it should, because it shouldn't end at Mania. There's still more to be told, in my opinion. Filthy Wrestling Casual, 1, an honest waste of time. And I feel sorry for anyone who bought tickets to see that mess live. You could have paid your renter for a year. Ring said 10. This is the first 10 I've seen this whole situation since last night. I don't think I've seen anyone say 10. I watch wrestling to temporarily escape reality. I admire a high level of acrobats, athletes, and for compelling stories and dramas and to unfold while appreciating the absurdity of it all. Hey, I think this, I don't, that is crazy, bro. He's the only person that is giving it a 10. The only person that's giving it a 10. Much respect to you, man. You got it, buddy. If you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to, shit on your parade. Me personally, I didn't even give it a 10, and I in my opinion, I enjoyed it. Like some of the aspects of it, I definitely enjoyed it, and I think it was because the environment we were in at Social Beer Garden. But I didn't even give it a 10. I thought the matches was just too short for them to really get to that next gear. But hey, he enjoyed it. So this person said WrestleMania 42 night 1 was buns. Only matches that was good was Seth versus Gunther, Fatu, and Drew. Also, go back to Peacock for the real ones. Yeah. Runaway for Life 5. By no means the worst Mania this decade. Definitely bottom third, though. Damn. 7 out of 10 from Muhammad. Except the first match, which was just to get those guys on the card. All other matches were good to very good in content, but didn't get enough time. That was the downside of night 1. Matches deserve more time, less ads, etc. Wins lot 007. 5 out of 10. The matches were awful, except Seth and Gunther. Missed spots, just bad all around. Cody intro was top notch, though. It was an excellent entrance. E said, I can't rate it as one show. In my opinion, it felt like 5 different shows. None of it felt connected or related, in my opinion. IDK. Anthony said, night 1 was disappointing. I give it a 5 out of 10, but the highlights for me, Seth Gunther was great. Drew Fatu was fun. Paige returning was awesome to see. Cody versus Randy was okay, but the ending with the RKO to Pat and punt kick to Cody was great. Joey said 5.2, barely above average for a A-tier PLE. Oh, wait, it's WrestleMania. And that boy Jay says, absolutely trash. Here's the thing, man. I think the general consensus, and I appreciate everyone, like I said, is like over 600 responses, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be more. And the general consensus I've gotten, the highest I've seen, it was a 10, which is surprising. But the general consensus I've gotten is I think people were wanting more from the matches. I don't think people were actively thinking that the matches were bad themselves. It's just they felt like they were too short, because guess what? They were. You have built up so many stories for them to just be ultimately done in 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you're on to the next Hulk Hogan commercial for his doc. No, it takes you out of it. Now, for those who were there in attendance, they may have enjoyed it better because you're actually there. For those that are watching at a couple of friends' houses or whatever, you're at a watch party, at a bar, whatever, it may be better for you because, once again, you're around other people. But for the majority of people that's just watching it at home, chilling, for them, it's just like, what is this? Like, we don't even get enough time to really sit and enjoy the matches because we got to talk about the Hulk Hogan doc or we got to go to commercials because ESPN is running these PLEs with a certain format. Will we see more of that tonight? Probably so, bro. Now, the only positive is we have one less match tonight, so they may give them slot some more time for each match. But outside of that, bro, to be honest with you, they have put themselves in a situation, and it's about the money. TKO was not gonna let that deal sit there from ESPN. They were not gonna let that just slide by. So once everything went through, yeah, the product, it has the potential to be seen by more, but the product also has the potential to be ruined even more because now these wrestlers don't even really have enough time to tell a story. They got to tell the story on the weekly television, and even then, they're overran by ads. Yeah, bro. It's unfortunate, bro. It really is unfortunate. Hopefully, they give us some more time for night 2. I'm hoping these matches have a little bit more time to cook. But I think it's gonna be more or less the same. So we'll see. But I appreciate everyone that took time to give their opinions on night 1 and how everything played out. So, but we will see how things play out for night 2. Hopefully, it's a better showing. And I'll be back later on tonight to ask y'all the same question. Did you guys enjoy night 2? Was night 2 better? I'm hoping so. Keeping fingers crossed. But I appreciate all love, support. Road to 200K. Appreciate y'all kicking me. See you in the next one. Peace.